I like dropped my pipe and I caught it and almost touched some of the cinder on top. Had a pretty fun day in the Discord server today. Had like 10 people there at one point. We had so many people, in fact, that it was crashing the call constantly. It was really frustrating, but it was really cool that we had so many people on the call. Don't really have a topic tonight. Just decided to go live with Redeye Raw. It's later than I usually start a stream, so if nobody shows up, nobody shows up. But I did do those two back-to-back Random Thoughts episodes tonight. I'm caught up on Smiling Friends now. I finally watched season 2, as well as the Smiling Friends Go to Brazil episode, which I guess is still technically counted as part of season 1. Yeah, today was a bit chaotic at work, but it evened out in the end, luckily. As I've said on previous Redeye Raws recently, I've been on kind of a slasher binge lately. I've been watching some channels that do slasher content like Planet CHH and Lost River Drive-In. That's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying their content quite a bit. It reminds me of when I used to like binge Dr. Wolfula, but I kind of lost interest in him after a while. I still like him, like, to an extent, but I don't really enjoy his content super much anymore. When I watched Dr. Wolfula's videos originally, it was like at the perfect time for me, honestly. I could just hit like I don't like it. I'm not saying like there's a specific reason or course of action. I'm just saying like it just was a good time and it worked out because a lot of my DVDs were in storage. And so I was just binging stuff on slashers because I didn't actually have my movies. But now I've been binging these guys, like I said, Planet CHH, and the Lost River Drive-In. Pretty good channels so far. I did also watch Cody Leach for a little bit, but I haven't watched him in like forever. Probably not going to play any New Vegas tonight just because it's already pretty late. But maybe I'll stream some more tomorrow. We'll see. I do have to work tomorrow, but I've also got to do some yard work because, the city being pieces of shit. And when I say the city, I don't like live in the city. I live in the suburbs, but you know what I mean. Let's see. I didn't give Chisu confirmation that I am streaming, although he did ask me and I told him I was debating it. And then he said debate on mass, which was apparently supposed to be a masturbation joke. But it was, I didn't get it immediately because it sucked. He tried, though. Um, let's see. What else could I talk about? I mean, obviously, I just did that video on, Jimmy Kimmel. Another thing I neglected to mention in it too was like when like this shit was like at it like when like the left was doing their cancel culture at its worst. Like it was literally like getting people's bank accounts taken away and like fucking shit like that. So like again, people pretending this is equivalent in any way are fucking retarded. Like again, Kimmel's nothing. He had it coming. Again, his show's clearly been failing too. Nobody fucking watches late night shit anymore. It's all slop. Kanye got worse done to him? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. When marathoning Naruto, they got many flashbacks reused in other episodes. I think, did I see this or that or reused? Oh, I know, dude. Naruto was crazy with it. Lord Firebird. I'm doing all right. How you doing? But, what was I gonna say? You're good? Glad to hear it. Yeah, Naruto's flashbacks are kind of ridiculous. Hey, Chip, how's it going? Adam, Eve, the original hermaphrodite. You've said that on like the past like 4 streams, so there you go. I finally read that. Who the fuck is Adam Eve? Like when I think of that, I think of the fucking Invincible character, but I'm almost certain that's not who you're talking about. I think that's it. Oh, that is who you're talking about? But she's not a hermaphrodite. I heard the name and thought that. Okay. No, Adam Eve. I get it, Chisu, but that's also like the pun of her name. But she's not a hermaphrodite. But yeah, no, I get the pun you're making. Um, Naruto Ramen Shop has signs for cola and beer. They got cola. I mean, there's chips, computers, and 8-bit games, but still. Why does that surprise you? What a weird thing to, like, take umbrage with. Um, yeah, I'm thinking, for a minute there, I was really, like, binging creepypasta stuff again, too, so I might knock out some more creepypastas. You know what? I should do a few of them next month. Have I heard of Brett Cooper? Yeah, I've heard of her. I never really got into her. She was pretty attractive, I suppose. She made some pretty basic bitch conservative points. Sometimes I agreed with her because, but at the same time, I didn't really care for her. But I don't have anything like against her either, so, it's whatever. Any creepypastas you like? Oh, dude, there's a lot. Like, No End House is my favorite creepypasta. I like her. Obviously, I disagree with her, but she's pretty cool. All right, if you like her, cool, dude. Like I said, I don't got a problem with her. I just never really like. Again, she was saying fairly generic stuff that I'd heard before plenty of times. So anyway, I also really like Pen Pal. That's a great creepypasta. Baraska, uh, Godzilla 19 Godzilla NES. You can't stand Ben Shapiro or Matt Walsh. Well, I can't stand Shapiro, but I do like Matt Walsh. I think he should get out of Daily Wire. He's like the only guy I like there. Um, let's see. Other creepypastas I like are did I say 1999? I think I was like combining the name 1999 with Godzilla NES. Coming soon, new Sailor Scouts for America. Sailor Floyd, Sailor Brown, Sailor Trayvon, and Sailor Harambe. Yeah. There you go, Jisoo. I like I like stuff written by Vincent Venicava. I like some of his stories. You know, like A Favor for a Favor. That's a good one. Um, Slime Beast had a few good ones. Which, ironically, Vincent Venicava and Slime Beast do not get along. I heard creepypastas are scary. Is this true? That depends on your sensibilities, I suppose. When you're younger, absolutely, they're fun little horror stories. Horror stories don't often scare me all that much as an adult, but as a teenager, loved that shit, and I still love that shit. The stories are still interesting, and they're atmospheric. Like they don't like scare me, but there's some fun, pretty creepy ones. I do also really like a lot of the old cliche ones because they're kind of nostalgic. But another another good sorry, my brain just completely lost my train of thought. I've seen some SpongeBob creepypastas. Oh yeah. Well, is it from that DTU Lost Episodes channel who makes a bunch of them? Like, I mean, to be fair, that guy's doing a similar thing that I do on Corbin's channel, except for he's actually writing them, whereas I'm just chat GPTing them and having an AI voice read them. And then uploading it to Corbin's channel so that he has content. Got like axle grease under one of my nails still, because some of the trailers were pretty fucking greased up at work. It was really annoying. I'll tell you, axle grease is some of the most annoying shit to get on yourself. Um, you know, I like Laughing Jack. That's one that people like to shit on nowadays, but I think it's actually one of the better ones of those, like, you know, Monster Man creepypastas. Like, you know, I think Laughing Jack's way better than, like, fucking Jeff the Killer or fucking Eyeless Jack, which is fucking horrible. Jeff the Killer I like ironically. And same is kind of true with Eyeless Jack, although Eyeless Jack I genuinely think is one of the worst written pieces of shit I've listened to. Naruto filler Mizuki did Orochimaru portion hulks out. Got beat is fucked like Art of Fighting 3. Okay. I don't even know who Mizuki is. Eyeless Jack versus Violence Jack. Violence Jack would kick his ass. I don't even know why he's called like Eyeless Jack. Like they don't even really mention him not having eyes in the story. Like he just like it literally is just like this story of this guy being like scared and paranoid. And then they steal his kid. He steals the protagonist's kidney. And that's like the whole story. Mizuki isn't the guy in the first episode. He sounds like Matt in Digimon. Are you talking about the guy who like tricked Naruto into getting the Forbidden Scroll and then threw that big fucking shuriken into Iruka's back? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah? Okay. For Naruto Movie 1, animator drew Naruto and Hinata in romantic pose with his hand on her large chest. Fans find husband-wife romance gross, filthy. I assume they got butthurt because Yaoi's non-canon. Okay, Chisu. Now I'm debating if I fill the pipe again, because whenever I smoke the pipe, I just go through it so damn quick. Idea Sailor Moon clips of Alan/Anne with audio of Adam Sandler's That's My Boy with bro cis couple in bed. Adam, you have a name for it? I don't know at all what you're referring to, and frankly, I don't much care. First off, I haven't watched Sailor Moon, and second off, I haven't watched That's My Boy. I haven't I always forget that there's a Happy Gilmore 2 now. I haven't watched that shit either. It's pretty dumb, I'd imagine. Like I love Adam Sandler, and I'll defend him a lot of the time when people are talking shit. but he does do a lot of terrible movies. What's up, Super Gaming? How you doing? Having a smoke? Yeah, I just finished this pipe. I'm debating filling it again. We will see. You know, I also I have recorded part of the next DVD collection update. I've also ordered seasons 16 and 17 of Always Sunny in Philadelphia on DVD. For some reason, there's not just like a standalone DVD for season 15, but there is for 16 and 17, but 15 is included in this big set that has 1 through 15 or some shit. I looked up how creepypastas started. Late 90s, early 2000s was when it began. Late 2000s was when it started to get popular. Is it still popular? Just wondering. Kind of. Creepypastas now are not as popular as they used to be. I feel like they peaked in like the early 2010s in popularity, or even mid 2010s. But they're definitely not what they used to be. Now they're just kind of long-winded stories that have like 30 fucking parts. And they're not even like trying to be scary. Like, I liked the ones where they like tried to pretend they were real and they were done as like blogs. That's cool. I'm now up to season 6 of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh yeah, dude, that's my favorite sitcom. I fucking love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I personally have seen all of it now, but anyway, let me fill the pipe again because why not? When I was in high school during the 2010s, I remember reading SpongeBob creepypastas as I saw those come up a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, like what, like Squidward's suicide? Second Coming, Reload? What, because I filled the pipe? Are you into analog horror? Not really. There's some that I like, but I'm very, very picky. And it's a genre that I feel is very oversaturated. It's basically like the new creepypasta. Like, it's the new trend that's replaced like regular creepypasta. Billy Graham's Bible Blaster? What, like from The Simpsons? So the Second Coming quote is from? Oh, okay. I didn't really find those talk shows like Jimmy Kimmel that funny to me. Not saying he should have been taken off. I'm saying he should have been taken off. Fuck him. Like, again, he's the kind of guy that pushed for like other fucking comedians and shit to get canceled. You're not gonna see me crying a fucking river about him. But also, like, what's up, Keto? How you doing? But also, like, again, like I said in the video, Jimmy Kimmel hasn't been funny since Crank Yankers, and even then, he wasn't even the best character. Like, Adam Carolla was way funnier, as was Jim Florentine. For he has sown the wind and shall reap the whirlwind. Damn circus. Good, glad to hear it. Nightmare Circus on Sega Genesis. For a split second, I was thinking Nightmare Campus when I read Nightmare Circus, and I was like, shit, is there a Nightmare Campus game? But no, that's not the same thing at all. On the look back at 2023, a chick says people were TikToking away. Me, the internet isn't a dump truck. You put things on, it's a series of tubes. And yeah, American politics is really heated right now. Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm seeing some people losing their jobs even. Well, again, if it's like teachers and shit that are losing their jobs because they were telling their students all sorts of horrible things about this, again, do you want me to play you a song on the world's smallest violin? Cry me a fucking river. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking care. I mean, about Charlie Kirk? Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying is like, the left has been going out of their way to lose the right-bringer people's jobs all the time for years. Like, it's been in their playbook. So, turnabout is fair play. They're getting a taste of their own fucking medicine. Like, again, I may not, like, agree with it in principle. But at the same time, you know, if you're on a battlefield, you don't want to give yourself a tactical disadvantage. And I'm speaking figuratively, of course, but you know what I mean. But I also do think it is dangerous when Pam Bondi says shit like, oh, we need to crack down on hate speech and stuff. It's like, shut up, you stupid bitch. Release the fucking files, you fucking whore. They can dish it out, but they can't take it? Right. I can't stand her or the whole administration. I mean, I'm with you there, Chip. Like, I was hopeful at the start. And, you know, like I said, I voted for Trump in 2024. And, you know, I was hopeful. And then shit just kept going south. And disappointment after disappointment. I'm very tired of politics at the moment. I still try to keep up, but it's definitely frustrating. Yeah, they did also want us to use Charlie Kirk's death to crack down on anti-Semitism. Exactly. They did. They do want to do that. They want to try and like gear it up and say, "Oh, these Nazis and shit." Like, fuck off. All that, like, we don't need fucking the right talking about fucking hate speech. Like, fuck off with that shit. Like, you know, classifying like Antifa as like a terrorist organization, yeah, that makes sense. They should have been a lot. I thought he did that a long time ago, but I guess not. He should have. But that one I'm okay with. Like, again, we'll see how it goes because again, Depending on what they do and the strategies they employ, it could easily all just be a thing to crack down on anti-Semitism, and it could just be more censorship. And that I'm obviously not in favor of. Best vid, show 2000 ads whining it's offensive to say that's gay, and PETA whining don't call people animal insults, rat, chicken, snake. Okay, whatever, Chisu. Didn't PETA, like, set a dog on fire in the street or some horrible shit like that at one point? Yep, yeah, I thought so. Still insane that he got shot over his beliefs and views, even though they're bad. Well, I don't think his views were, like, the only problems I had was he was too pro-Israel, and even then he was starting to switch around on that, clearly. And, you know, I had a few other minor disagreements with him, but where does Chisu come up with this stuff? That is an excellent question. The inner machinations of Chisu's mind are a ligma. Chisu's brain is like no other. Very true. Ligma balls. Got him, Keto. Thank you. Thank you for setting that one up. I assume that was intentional, but if not, it's even funnier. Candace died of ligma from a mind goblin. You just put a bunch of them together. Yeah, it was intentional. Okay, I figured. You're a sick little monkey, Chisu. Idea, scene with babes in SVU, actor keep getting boners. Okay. I feel like I went through that pipe even quicker. What the hell? Think the shooter's boyfriend was trans? Yes. Chisu, you're funny. Well, the novelty wears off pretty quick. Trust me, but he can't. He has his moments. On Remembrance Day, kids celebrating soldiers at school named after Faust, who did demon worship. What's next? John Wayne Gacy Junior High. Dude, if they opened a school named after John Wayne Gacy, that'd be pretty funny, actually. You got a long one before I end? Oh, do you now? Well, we'll see if I decide to read it. Horizons is pretty funny. Oh yeah, Horizons is great. Why would Zeno be in Dragon Ball AF? That would just ruin it. Zeno sucks. Like, I only read that, like, I just skimmed all that nonsense you typed, but Zeno sucks. And the Ocean dub narrator voice, I don't even know what the Ocean dub narrator... Well, actually, I should know what he sounds like, because I have watched some of the Ocean dub. I do like the Ocean dub, I just haven't watched a ton of it. He sounds kind of similar to the Funimation narrator, too, doesn't he? Like, they're kind of similar in their cadence. I like how you're just like writing, yes, but Ocean did it better. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer the Funimation dub, even though I hate Funimation and like I hate most of the people involved in Funimation. Like the only one I liked was Vic, and they kicked him out, obviously. Would have dubbed DBZ at home. Okay, Jizu. I think Funimation's just better all around in a lot of the dub. Again, I hate Funimation as a company. I hate most of the people involved in it. But I do like that dub. But I will say this. Ocean has a way, way better Goku voice. Like, Peter Kalamis is a way better Goku than Sean Schemmel. Easily. What's up, Bother Me None? How you doing? Gacy did good paintings. I don't know if they were, like, good, but they were paintings. They were just kind of abstract shit. I remember Funimation getting merged with Crunchyroll. Yeah. I don't like Crunchyroll either, because, you know, they also bought up, like, Right Stuff and stuff. I recently stopped watching a YouTuber I've watched for 8 years because he said Charlie Kirk deserved it. Oh, yeah? Well, fuck him. Anyone who says that, I agree, don't support him. Because, these people are fucking psychotic demons. What about Ethan John Corliss? Who's that? Ian James Corlett? Who's that? The first Ocean adult Goku? Oh, okay. I didn't know there were different Ocean Gokus. Well, then, yeah, he was good, I think. Also, Valerie's video about why he's voting for Kamala tells people to go out and vote, yet doesn't have comments on to have open discussion. Well, yeah, lovely noises. Oh, yeah, that was a loud one, wasn't it? He was Cheetor in Beast Wars? Okay. Then, yeah, I liked, if he was the one that's in, like, the Saban parts of it, then I've seen him, and I like his voice. Like, I do like that Ocean actually has masculine adult Goku voices. I can understand not liking what he said, but you can't say he deserved to die. I mean, you can say it, but don't. I'm not gonna feel bad for you if people don't support you and you fucking have to deal with consequences for it. Like again, Jimmy Kimmel losing his job. All for that. Fuck him. We need to have civil debates or discussions. I agree, but that's not gonna happen now. It's just very rocky right now, dude. He did Ocean Goku for the first bunch of episodes, then quit because he wasn't paid for screams, only lines he left, and we got Peter. Oh, okay. I have a bootleg Blu-ray of all of Ocean Dragon Ball Z, rather. Left's gone insane. Maybe the woke mind virus is real. Well, yeah, it obviously is, dude. And these people, like legit, think what you want about this, but I legit think this is evidence that demons do have influence over people. because it seems demonic. Like, look at the soullessness in the eyes of these people. This isn't healthy behavior. I agree. 100%. And, I have plenty, like, again, I don't agree with anyone 100% on anything, right? Or on everything, I mean, right? Like, there's no one who you're going to always agree with. And that's kind of the point of discussion, but it's, again, they killed Charlie Kirk for wanting to talk to people. Like, that's fucked. You killed the guy just wanting to have a discussion. That's pretty fucked. Have you heard of the 3 anime shows that got adapted into Robotech? Yeah. I only remember Macross by name, but yeah. Spirits of Jezebel affects people to hate the unborn. Yeah. Because he's a bigot. Who's a bigot? Or are you saying, like, that's the framing people give to Charlie? Because, yeah, Charlie wasn't a bigot. Charlie was, like, if anything, too soft on some things. Like, he was, like, super pro-gay. Like, he had gay friends. He said that gays should be, like, fine to be in the movement. Like, Charlie was super tame. He was not a bigot at all. The only left-wing points I agree with is allowing some abortions and legal. Well, I'm 100% against abortion. I am very, very pro-life. Even then, abortion should only happen under certain circumstances. Well, if the circumstance is like it's gonna die, and like the mother's gonna die, maybe you can like. Again, I don't really like to go down that route even because I'm very, very pro-life. But like, if it's literally already dead and you're just extracting one that's already dead, that's one thing. But yeah, no, I'm very, very anti-abortion. Like, I basically think that abortion is a violation of the rights of the child. Damn straight, Keto. I 100% agree. It's fucking horrific, and it's like ritualistic child sacrifice. Effectively, people shouldn't have babies just to abort them. Yeah. Well, and it's unhealthy that people just view it as like birth control. And if you don't know, abortion's like a big issue for me. It's one of the biggest issues for me, too, because it's disgusting. But yeah, the fact that people view it as like a form of contraception is just heinous. What if a car accident has a woman trapped and her son has a pipe through him and won't make it, but you can save her by using the jaws of life through to save the mom? I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, if the kid's literally not going to make it, I think in that kind of scenario, at the very least, every effort should be taken to save the son, right? Because that's the other problem is people will make these straw men where they'll say like, like ectopic pregnancies or like things that'll kill the mother. It's like there's a difference between extracting and trying to save the child and going in violently scrambling it to death and then sucking it out with a hose. Most other circumstances is not okay, though. I don't know if there was another part to that because that feels like a follow-up to a previous message. If you gave a circumstance where you thought it was okay, I don't know. YouTube might have filtered it. But again, there's basically no circumstance where I think it's okay. And again, even in scenarios where it's like life-threatening, at the very least, every effort should be taken to save the child. I like hearing Charlie Kirk. He's what debates should be, calm and willing to listen. Like everything, there's things I agree and disagree with, but it's important to be calm. I agree, but, people don't want that. People are psychotic and treat it like team sports, Deliver it, don't grib it up. I don't know what you mean by grib it up, but if you mean like, going in and killing it, yeah, I agree. Don't do that. Grind it up. Okay, yeah. I agree 100%, Jesus. Like I said, I'm very, very pro-life. Like that's one that I am very harsh stance on. I'm like even more like harsh than a lot of people are with that. Like a lot of people sympathize with the mothers that do it. I don't. I view them as just as evil, if not more evil, than the doctor who does it. But some leftists heard your thoughts, they'd freak the fuck out. Well, yeah, but it's a day ending in Y. The same who say abortion is okay go mental over slave owners. Well, I mean, abortion is by far worse than slavery because you can survive slavery. Like how Redeye doesn't care about feelings. Well, yeah. Like I mean, there is a line, right? Like if you told me like your brother died, I'm not gonna make fun of you for that. In that case, I care about feelings, right? Shit like that. Right? Like I have a sensitivity to me. It's just not a particularly prevalent one because I'm so fucking sick of everyone wanting to spare feelings so much they're afraid to be real. Yeah, I just say what's on my mind. That's what I do. My grandpa got owned in World War II. He was a slave to a German family on a farm. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, there's more slaves in the world today than there ever have been, and our economy and world functions on slavery. We just outsource it to third world countries. I don't go into abortion since I leave it up to medical professionals. No, medical professionals are evil. The medical industry is fucking corrupt. And women, no, women shouldn't be allowed to have opinions. One of the things I hate is most about the left is gun control. I'm very anti-gun control. Oh, me too. I am very extreme with that too. After the war, he fell in love, got married, had kids, came to the first world, and had grandkids. Yeah, see, happy ending. If he'd have been aborted, he couldn't have done any of that. But since he was just a slave, he was fine. Slavery is natural. Animals do it, like ants taking larvae from other nests. Yeah, there you go. It's people that harm people, not guns. People in cars hurt people, and we don't blame the cars. Well, yeah, I mean, again, these are pretty surface level arguments that are obvious. But the fact is, people are retarded. Attack the archer, not the arrow. Right. Also, I think the person who killed Charlie used a hunting rifle. I have heard all sorts of conflicting stuff on that. Again, that's part of the issue with my rant I did earlier is I'm so sick of how conflicting everything is and how it's impossible to fucking know anything anymore. Like that's the part that frustrates me. And that's how you do effective propaganda is you don't make people believe something. You put so much out there they don't know what the hell is true. If for a 100-meter run a guy wins only because officials disqualified all other runners as they wanted the guy to win, did he really win? That's how it is with the government deciding what is right on an issue? Yeah. Truth should win on its own merits, not any other competing theories blocked. There's very specific side of the left that I hate too, that hates cars and is obsessed with public transit. After what happened to that girl in Charlotte, I'm never taking public transit again. Yeah, fair. Now, that was pretty rough. That was a crazy week, honestly. Just that and then followed up immediately by Charlie. Didn't sound like a hunting rifle, though. Yeah, again, there's so much conflicting shit. I don't fucking know. But I don't think that we're being told everything. And I think that's a pretty surface level statement, but I do think it's true. Crazy month in general. I mean, crazy year in general. Think about it. Yeah, exactly, Chip. Crazy year. What if a guy bones bowls of sperm because if the eggs fertilized, it's. What the fuck? What the fuck are you on about, Chisu? What the hell goes on in your sick little monkey brain? Have you heard of Lily Tino? I have not. I have no idea who that is. My dad always told me don't trust the media on everything as they put so much conflicting or fabricated information on there. It's hard to believe what's real. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's by design. They do that intentionally to confuse you because if they can confuse you, you don't know what the fuck to think, and so it's impossible to know the truth, and that's what they're trying to do. Sorry for getting political, but I was really pissed when that YouTuber was celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk. Well, I don't mind getting political. I mean, I was talking about it throughout the stream. I literally just did 2 political rants, so it's okay. Well, I hate when these people who act like they're nice, innocent people who have sympathy. Well, yeah, because they don't. People who rant about empathy tend to have the least amount of it, I find. Like people who like throw fits and say, "Oh, where's your empathy? Oh, I just care about people." No, you don't. You're lying. Fuck you. Like most of the time, they're full of shit. It's the Matrix. I mean, yeah, basically. It's Violence Jack with a section of faking being normal, and beasts with section A faking being normal, and being beasts under the mask. Yeah, and all the rioting this year was disgusting. Yeah, I mean, there was rioting in 2022 that was pretty bad. And I'm not saying 2022. I'm saying 2020 also. It was really bad. It's like these people have nothing else in their lives to complain about but petty things like pronouns and playing the victim card. Well, yeah. It's fucking stupid. People don't have real problems anymore, and people don't, like, everyone wants to feel like they're part of some cause. They're like, I fight for justice, but it's all a fucking LARP. These people think that real life is like D&D or fucking like an RPG. My hair looks really fucking weird with that hat, like, slumping down like that. Um, let's see. You're honestly such a breath of fresh air in this soulless website these days. Yeah, I just try to be real. I try not to put up too much. Like, I try not to put up a facade or a farce. Like, I just come on here and try to do my own thing. Talk about what I think for real. I don't keep up with the news and struggle to, as it's a lot of negativity and what I mentioned earlier. I don't blame you. It's really fucking tough. It's really irritating. And again, you never know what to fucking believe because everybody has an agenda. I respect people by calling them what they want to be called, but sometimes they make it a bigger deal than it needs to be. I don't view that as respect. I think if you're calling someone something that they are just objectively not, it is enabling delusions. Like, I'm not going to tell you you can't do that because I don't believe in compelling your speech either. But I just really don't think it's healthy, and it just contributes to the mental illness. It's like a diagnosis. It's like Diogenes wanting to be honest. You comparing me to fucking Diogenes, Jisoo? I mean, granted, we literally named you Diogenes in the server, and then you added the GX, which, to be fair, I thought was really funny. After I stopped watching CNN, I felt better. Yeah. I like that. I'm tired of people having to filter themselves just to please people. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. And everybody has to, like, pretend that they've always, like they filter themselves to what's the norm, and then they pretend that they've always thought like that. When you go back 10 years, everybody was saying faggot. Like, I mean, that's just an example. Like, everybody everybody was edgy as fuck back in the day, and they just like to pretend they're not, like they weren't, or they'll act like if it's like no, and they'll be like, oh no, it was horrible, it was wrong. No, fuck you. Stop being a bitch. The Emperor's New Clothes. I mean, yeah. People lying to themselves to perpetuate shit. Yeah, Emperor's New Clothes. I feel you. Someone misgenders you. It's annoying. I get it, but move on. Again, I just fundamentally disagree with your classification, Chip. I mean, that's fine. I don't believe in the concept of misgendering when it comes to trans because, again, they're mentally ill. And they're taking physical action for a mental illness. Millions dead of phobie RM swang slur? What? Having a filter is exhausting? Well, yeah. That's why I try to be just real. You had gender issues and got over them, Cheesy? Yeah, I know you've mentioned that before. What is Chisu on? Autism is what Chisu's on. But it's okay. He takes care of himself. He eats a McDonald's hamburger and does 10 push-ups. I'm just fucking with you, Chisu. It's like when Andy misgendered Valerie, made it a big deal. And need to be well. Again, that's what started the whole Malachi drama. Was him chimping out. That tism is one hell of a drug. Yeah. Millions died from phobia saying phobia saying slurs. Okay, I get what you're saying. It's just that obviously the filter shit is you know, McDonald's burgers are so good. Bro's even far more on the spectrum. Well, yeah. Again, I'm used to Chisu. I'm used to his demeanor and shenanigans. I agree with what you said about the trans stuff. To be honest, at first I thought I was going crazy. Well, yeah, it's because everybody has to lie to themselves and pretend that they believe something they don't. And I remember, like, I used to be, like, way less harsh on it. But, and I've mentioned this before, but the Rio video was a big turning point for my channel and for my views. Because I always believed these people weren't well in the head, right? But it wasn't until that Rio video that I really realized, no, I gotta just be honest about this shit. Because I did that video forever ago called Rio Asuka Isn't Gay, because he's a hermaphrodite. There's your the 4 niggers of Taco Bell. There you go, I said it. You happy now? Bother me none. But beautiful name. Oh yeah. But no, the Rio video was a big moment for my character development. See, now there I go being all larpy about it. I used to be pro animal rights, but met an animal supremacist who chimped out over little things and said, "Yeah, animals suck." Okay. I have quite a few alts. Yeah, you sure do. Also, I support people who are trans and can be friends with them as long as they don't cause harm to people. Well, I don't support them mutilating themselves, and I'm not going to call them by their delusion. But that doesn't mean I can't, like, talk to one or, like, you know, like, it doesn't mean that I want bad things to happen to them. And, but again, the framing, I cannot enable delusions. And a lot of them definitely wouldn't like me for that. And, also a lot of them have awful views and are often really mentally sick people with, like, fucking just kind of hateful fucking hearts. I don't support trans people, I just respect them. Well, I don't respect them either. Respect is earned. I identify as black, call me. I identify as black, homie, call me Chimpus Olympus. Yeah. Ironic. Well, yeah, the hatred in their hearts. Yeah, I mean, like, some of these people who bitch about hate speech are some of the most hateful fucking people. Animal supremacist sounds like someone who fucks animals. I mean, hey, Whitney, Wisconsin, right? That bitch is a thing. And she's not even, like, uncommon. Bitches just fuck dogs all the time because they're fucking gross. Those people are the real demons. Yeah. They just be projecting when they call others people racist or homophobic or hateful. Well, yeah. Women are filthy degenerates. Some of them fuck horses. Yes. Filler Naruto got Sasquatch baby, cling to his back, grabs Sakura's boob. Is this a real thing? Was there a Sasquatch baby in a Naruto filler? Hinata thinks Naruto had a kid. A faint seeing it. Did he bone a Sasquatch? But Naruto's like 12. It's shonen, not Mari. Not even a lie. What, did they project? I mean, yeah. Yeah, that had. When was that? Was that like in original Naruto, or was that in like Shippuden? Well, no, you said he was like 12, so it had to have been original. So I have to have seen it. I just don't remember that at all. Because like I with original, I watched it all, and with Shippuden, I skipped a ton of filler, but I did watch all of the canon ones. The original Naruto in the mini filler. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. To be fair, Naruto's always had a ton of filler. Some's fun. Like I really liked Gotta See, Gotta Know Kakashi Sensei's real face. That's a fun one. I saw a lot of trans people are sane, but YouTube filtered my. You said a lot of them are sane, or are not sane. Yeah, well, yeah, no, dude. If you want to chop your dick off, you're not sane. If you want to chop your dick off, there's something wrong in your head. I only saw first Naruto, but read some manga and played a few games. Yeah. The Ultimate Ninja Storm games are pretty fun. The Kakashi face is canon. It's based on a manga omake. Oh, well, there you go. I tried saying they were mentally ill, but YouTube filtered my comment. Really? Cisgender is a scientific term? No, it's a slur. That's what it is. Cisgender is a slur made up by trannies. Also, you know that trans ideology was largely created by this guy named John Money, who, like, cut off this little boy's penis and made him have sex with his brother? And that's true. You can look that shit up. It's fucked. I don't like people when people tell me to dress ladylike, as in dresses, makeup, high heels. That's not me. I've been tomboy my whole life. Well, that's the thing, Firebird. You can be a girl who likes boyish things and like has more masculine tastes, and just know, but you're still a girl. You know, you're still a woman, right? Like that's the thing. Cisgender is just a gay word for normal. Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing is people think that just because there's feminine men and masculine women, and that's not even necessarily a problem. Like I do think that men overall need to be masculine. I'm very pro like traditional gender roles, but at the same time, like there are people who do tend to just have other proclivities, but that doesn't mean that they're not what they are. And that doesn't mean that they need to like mutilate themselves to try and meet some fantasy in their head. It's like some are bisexual and like living, or necrosexual and like the dead. Keiichisu. I remember hearing the story about David Reimer. It was really sad and disturbing. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. John Money, fucked up guy, made up most of modern trans ideology. Cats think they're human. Get them surgery. Yeah, there you go. Now we have reached the hour mark. People who call people cisgender are the ones that want us to use their pronouns. Exactly. Exactly. They have to make up a term for us, but we go and just call them what they actually are, and they chimp out about it. I hate how people will say, I'm wishing trans people would die just because I disagree with some of their ideology. Well, yeah. Cisgender is a word I avoid using, as you should. It's a slur, like I said, and I don't have a problem with slurs. Like I said, like again, I've said nigger and faggot plenty of times, but my point is, it's just a term made to denormalize being normal. When I read it, I thought, now I get why what's happening sounds familiar. Well, do you know what books the Nazis burned? Because if you know anything about that, you'd learn this trans shit is you're certainly a gentleman. Yeah. This trans shit is nothing new. The books the Nazis burned were some of the most degenerate filth pushing this same shit. They didn't just choose shit at random. The shit they burned was genuinely filthy and disgusting. It's like the same shit that we get in fucking schools now. Like in schools now, there's shit like I Am Jazz, which is fucking horrific, or genderqueer. Like these books are disgusting, and they depict some of the most vile shit in them, and it actually has like pictures and shit to go with them. And then they're like, I can't believe these right-wingers want to ban books from school. It's like, you want elementary school students to see books about fucking trannies sticking stuff in their fake vaginas to keep them open so they don't heal, because it's not a real vagina, it's an open wound. Thankfully, Alberta has banned those books in schools. Yeah. Based Alberta. That surprises me in Canada, honestly. I can't stand fucking activists. Oh, yeah, dude. Activists, like, there is a good kind of activism, and there is bad activism. But the large majority of activists are just people who are looking for a cause because they want to feel like they're doing something important, because their sad, pathetic lives amount to nothing. Not normies, but the activists are just terrible people. I mean, yeah, like again, especially if we're talking like these leftist activists, absolutely. Absolutely. Alberta is the Texas of Canada, is it now? I'm glad I was in school in the 2000s. I graduated in 2015, so I'm glad this madness wasn't in my primary school or high school. Yeah, that's good. It's the only province that's done so, to be honest. If I wasn't from Alberta, I probably would be much more far left. Oh, yeah? Not right or left, but holy shit. I mean, look, dude, when people act like, oh, both sides, it's not equal. It's not equal. The left is far, far worse. And I'm not even just talking beliefs, I'm talking tactics, I'm talking personality, I'm talking activism. They are so much fucking worse. And, you know, obviously I'm a pretty fucking right-wing guy, so obviously I've got my bias, but still. I dropped out in 2022 in grade 11. Oh, okay. I knew Rebel Shadow left the left. Rebel is an interesting guy. I consider him a friend. I like Rebel quite a bit. He's a fun guy. He is very self-contradictory and will say one thing and then say something completely contradictory, and he's really hard to pin down what's exactly in his head. It's like he's got a war going on in his mind. I love Rebel, though. Rebel's a good guy. I just think that he's definitely had a lot of indoctrination, but I think that he's been breaking a lot of that programming, but like there's still a part of his brain that's fighting to keep it. And that's why I think Rebel Shadow is actually really fitting, because he's got a Rebel Shadow, right? Like he's got the one persona, and then the Rebel Shadow that's fighting that, right? Nah, but Rebel's great. I don't want people to think I don't support LGBTQ, because I absolutely do. Why do you need to support them? What support do they really need? Like that's the thing I don't get. I don't support them. There you go. Simple as. Like, what support do they need from us? Really? They're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. And that's been a problem because they just used and abused that with no end goal. I want them to live their lives in peace. Yeah, but they're not living their lives in peace. They're going out of their way, causing problems for everyone else, and being self-destructive. I would love anything. I would love more than anything for them to just be able to live in peace. But personality-wise, it's just not on the cards for them. Because the lawmakers and the Supreme Court are trying to ban gay marriage. Well, look, I don't believe in gay marriage, but I also don't know that that's really true, that that's going to happen. But, and the reason I don't believe in gay marriage is because marriage is a contract that exists for child rearing, and a homosexual relationship cannot rear children. The problem is if you allow their degeneracy, it will spread and corrupt the entire country. It simply doesn't mix. Exactly. It is a social contagion. Like, I've had friends that are, have I? Yeah, no, I've had gay friends. It's been forever, but I have. And I've always been, like, opposed to that lifestyle. But you can like an individual and not agree with what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. But that's what I'm saying is you don't need to support them. But just because I support doesn't mean I won't condemn. Well, that's good at least. I'm just saying, what support do they really need, Like, realistically, like, they don't really have, like, the only reason that the whole gay marriage thing is even going back to the Supreme Court is because they pushed and pushed and pushed. Like, these people are not happy with just being able to do what they want. They need to make it so that you have to validate them. You have to accept it. You have to change the way you think. And that's the part that I absolutely don't support. That, again, it is self-destructive and spreads degeneracy, but that's, again, there's multiple facets to this. I know a guy who jerks off 5 to 10 times a day. I don't support him and his lust for midgets, but I'm still his friend. Okay, then. That's a lot of jacking off. What are your thoughts on weed legalization? So, believe it or not, I'm a relatively libertarian guy. I'm for the decriminalization, not legalization, there's a difference, decriminalization of most drugs. Simply because the drugs themselves are just one vice. However, there are a lot of junkies and potheads that make me very opposed to drug culture. So, it's not like a mainline issue for me, but like, I'm okay with, like, weed being legal. That's a very surprising take, yeah? Well, as I said, I'm relatively libertarian, as long as you're not, like, fucking with people and, like... Have you heard of Sarah McBride? No, I have not. I'm going for pipe number 3, because I burned through the second one so quick. Like, it's a bit excessive, but fuck it. I haven't smoked that much the last couple of days, so fuck it. I think weed should be legal, but we should talk about how weed isn't a 100% harmless drug. She's a lawmaker in Delaware. Yeah, I'm not familiar. The first transgender person to be... Well, I don't think trannies should be making laws. I don't think women should be making laws either, to be fair, but, Some potheads piss me off as a pothead myself. Yeah, dude, stoners are fucking annoying. First transgender was made in Weimar. Yep. Now, Weimar Germany had a lot of the prototypical stuff too. Like, again, there's a reason that the books were burned. They weren't burned for no reason. Yes, it was the Jews. Yeah, of course. Mind-altering substances lower the spiritual defenses and allow wicked forces to access people. I mean, yeah, I do agree, Chisu, but I also, again, I have very complex views on a lot of these things. Like I said, there's the part of me that's like hardcore libertarian, basically anarchist, and then there's the part of me that's very traditionalist. Like, I've got very complex views. Look at primitive tribes using them in a commune, or to commune in a trance with spirits. Yeah. Weed flower itself has gotten much more strong in the last 30 years. However, we've always had extremely high THC, hashish, and hash oil for thousands of years. Yeah. What would Jesus say? Go and sin no more. Yeah. Well, again, there is a difference between, legality and morality, right? And the two aren't completely separate. Like, when people say you can't legislate morality, that's just patently false. Because we do. That's what laws are. Are you a Christian? Yes. It's complicated, but yes. Biden and Trudeau are Catholic, like LGBTQIA2 plus map icon Gacy or Jenner identifies as a woman, don't match the standards, but identifies, yeah. I'm an atheist, and for some reason, atheists piss me off more than Christians. Well, yeah, that was a loud fart. that was something. But no, I'm well, that's because like atheists are like super like egotistical and full of themselves. Bro, I heard that. Yeah, I know. I figured you did. That's why I acknowledged it. But no, I am a Christian. Again, what a gentleman. Oh yeah. I do actually plan to do a video talking about my religious beliefs at some point. They're very complex. Men and women are great in their own ways. When they know their roles and their places, absolutely. But women are terrible now because they don't know their places. Too many people have too much of an ego these days. It's corny. Yeah. Well, the problem is when people don't believe in God, they make themselves their own God, and then they get an ego about it. You know what I mean? If a murderer gets you, you don't become a murderer. If a queer gets you, you might turn queer. How it's not as bad as gayness. Okay, Chiso. I agree, a lot of women are terrible, to be honest. Yeah. And it's largely, like, there's multiple facets to that problem, too. If I were to become religious, I'd probably become a Christian. Yeah. Not all women, but always women. Yeah. I mean, everyone has potential to be good. But the problem is because of several factors, be it societal, genetic, environmental, all sorts of different issues. We're in a very bad state right now as a species. Like, humanity is just... I mean, look, like Jesse Lee Peterson has his show, The Fallen State. I do think we are living in a fallen state. Men aren't superior to women. Agree to disagree. I'm gonna go grab some Dr. Pepper from the fridge. Based. Speaking of drugs, worst idea, Berenstain Bears versus Cocaine Bear. Aunt Demi comes by, is off the wagon. They gotta get her back in rehab. Okay. Dr. Pepper's a good drink. Damn circus. Growing up, I found it hard to relate to other girls when I was in school. Well, yeah, that's the thing, Firebird. Women tend to hate each other. Like, that's not just a you thing. Chicks have a hard time getting along with other chicks. It's just in their nature. And that's not your fault. It's just the way women are, you know? Like, there are genetic differences between men and women. And again, there are good roles for both. But the problem is, we don't live in a society that exemplifies that. Women are better at nothing. The only thing they have is bearing children. I mean, yeah. With the patriarchy, women will say, who set that system up? Like, I didn't want this. How is it my fault? I think we should absolutely have a patriarchy, but we don't. I am very patriarchal. My mom hates Dr. Pepper for some reason, but my dad loves Dr. Pepper. Well, there you go. There's undeniable proof men are better. I'm pro-equality. I'm not. Sakura's a bitch. I hope Naruto goes evil and ruins the future as Black Naruto and slags her. Okay. Statistically, single fathers raise children who are way better than single moms. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Did I finish this one too? Damn, I'm burning through this shit, aren't I? Adolescence is the Netflix show to combat toxic masculinity. No, adolescence is propaganda. I grew up with both. Weekends I was with my dad, and weekdays I was with my mom. Yeah. Well, there you go. Luckily, both my parents were together, and still are. My parents are great. I'm very fortunate on that. Speedrun, yeah. Coming soon, Porch Run, Pirates versus Monkeys. Women are clearly the submissive gender, yet we're supposed to pretend they're equal. Yeah, I know, it's absurd. Like, again, equal implies the same. People are not the same. And just because there's not an equality, just because things aren't equal doesn't make it bad. Like, people have an obsession that everyone has to be the same. We're not. That's just not how people are. And there's nothing wrong with that. My parents were separated, but at least I had a dad in my life, and he didn't just leave me. He just loved my mom. Yeah. Yeah, I've been a tomboy in my childhood, and I still am as an adult, but I know I'm still a woman. I don't buy into trans nonsense. Well, that's good. That's good, Firebird. Adolescence is trying to combat toxic masculinity, like I said, because of Red Pill or Andrew Tate and others. Again, Red Pill is overall good. There are things I like about Andrew Tate. I don't necessarily have a problem. Like, I don't like the fact that he scammed people. That's my big thing with like Hustlers University and the cam business he ran. But overall, I kind of like the guy. Andrew Tate was corny as fuck. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he was like hamming it up for the camera. Like, it was kind of a bit. The old saying goes, if everyone were the exact same, it'd be boring. Exactly. He's misogynistic. So am I. Andrew Tate's not misogynistic enough for me. The user is trying to combat toxic freedom, or the USSR is trying to combat toxic freedom. That's good, Chisu. Misogyny is based. I agree. Misogynist is kind of a buzzword, not gonna lie. That's also true. Chip, it is a buzzword. People throw it around like candy to try and discredit people. Like, look, we can agree to disagree on that, but trust me, misogynist is thrown around all the time. And I think, like as I've told Steven many times, he should just embrace his sexism and wear it like a badge of honor. Like, legitimately, when I just realized I was sexist and accepted it, I was a lot more secure and happy. Misandry is even worse in our society. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, fucking women despise men. Like, like, because the thing is, like, when you find women that hate men, they genuinely hate men. When you find men that hate women, it's just because they know the difference, you know? Yet we must pretend men are the problem. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Societally, when people say we live in patriarchy, we live in a matriarchy, first off. Like, look at the court system. When children, like, look at Ethan Stacy. I use that example all the time because he's from Utah. He was a 4-year-old kid whose dad told the judge, do not give her custody. She will kill. She will, like he said. Let me rephrase. I don't want to blow it out of proportion with what he said. But spoiler alert, she did kill him. But 4-year-old kid was in the court system. The dad told the judge, don't give him to her. She's unstable. And what happened? Her and her boyfriend brutally murdered the kid, made him eat feces, tortured him, smashed him with a hammer so he was unrecognizable, and then buried him out by Lake Pineview. Just because she's the mother, she got custody. Because the court system is heavily stacked in women's favor. That poor child? Yeah, no. Ethan Stacy is a case that fills me with rage. I don't get outraged a lot. People will say misandry is in response to misogyny. Yeah, well, that's because they're stupid. The problem is men like women. We do. And so, unfortunately, that's been exploited to give women all sorts of special treatment that makes it so that they are treated on a pedestal and yet still expect us to believe we're on a pedestal. I heard about that story, poor kid. Yeah, no, it's rough. Like, there's a lot of fucked up stories. Like look at Casey Anthony. That bitch killed her kid so she could go out and party and then got away with it because she said her dad molested her. Which I don't even believe, first off. And dad was probably a really good father. Yeah, for Ethan Stacy, yeah. That's wrong. Misandry is unprovoked. That's feminist BS. Yeah. It's because of jealousy, because women want to try and be men, and they're not. Like, that's the push for equality, is to try and be something they're not. They're women. It's okay for women to be women. Some feminists contradict, like saying men can cry, yet they'll say a real man would do everything for them when they don't have to do anything for their man. Well, yeah, feminists are contradictory as hell, dude. Women were happier back when they had less rights. We have statistics that prove that. Very true. Because the problem is the more rights they've been given, the more propaganda they've been fed to tell them to live a lifestyle that just doesn't make them happy. Like trying to be a man, like, you know, getting in the workplace, getting in politics, things like that. That's not their role, and they're not going to be happy. It just makes them miserable. That's why everybody's so miserable nowadays. You know, they deserve to have the same amount of rights as we do. Agree to disagree. Feminists are not happy. Little Karibo, Kaiser Neko, and your mom. Yeah. Growing up, I was taught that it's about the individual person, regardless of man or woman. Don't blame one side. So there is some truth to that. However, there are differences between men and women, and right now, let me say this. The problem of feminism isn't just women, it's also weak men who caved into it. It's two things. I'm not going to be one of those people who say, actually, it's the weak men's fault, because it is also the women's fault. But there are plenty of individual women that are good. Like, you seem pretty cool, Firebird. I got no problem with you. You seem cool. But you know, there are different proclivities and tendencies that you have depending on what you are, and that's just nature. I think they just want the same amount of rights. They know we're not the same. No, that's just not true. I agree with you on that, Redeye. Yeah. The women who always make false accusations are the ones who've never been sexually assaulted. I've talked with some women who are afraid to talk and speak out because they're afraid of being accused of lying. Well, that's the other thing, is like, this Me Too culture is actually just really bad, because anytime I hear any of that shit, I immediately just think it's not true. Because there's so much bullshit out there. And also, the goalpost shifts so much on what people think is a problem. Like, there's all sorts of things that get called harassment and stuff that aren't. Also, remember, y'all, when feminists had feminist meltdown when they found out Margot Robbie's baby was a boy? Yeah. Not true they have the same rights, even more than men, honestly, but they do pretend they don't. Well, yeah, because feminism has no end goal. It's just an ideology that perpetuates misery. Digimon Season 3 had Rika as the girl, but L equals R. Rika can be Lika or Leaker. In Japan, the worst insult is poop leaker. Rika's not a good girl. Maybe a jab at her by the dubbers, renaming her Rika. Okay. I knew someone who got falsely accused of being a pedo, all because he was 13 dating a 12-year-old. Well, yeah, dude, people will come out years later and claim that some shit happened and, like, fuck people over. It's fucked. The only point of feminism was to destabilize society, which is why they're funded by Jews. Yeah. India is my least favorite country. Yeah, it's up there. UK, I think, is going to have anti-misogyny classes for boys to combat toxic masculinity. Well, I mean, they're going to, like, there's already shit like that where they, like, try to indoctrinate boys into thinking that masculinity is wrong, when masculinity is a great thing. Masculinity builds societies. The whole reason we live in the society we live in is because of masculinity. To respect women, why though? What's, like, respect is earned. You know what I mean? Like, why should a woman be respected simply for being a woman? Makes no sense. Anyway, gone on for about an hour and a half. Smoked 3 pipes, so I'm thinking I'm gonna wind this down. Masculinity is a great thing. I don't understand why people think it's toxic. I agree. Masculinity, again, it's literally how the world keeps moving. If a woman disrespects me, I shouldn't have to respect them back. Damn straight. Treat others based on their character? I mean, yeah. I'm like, look, I've been respectful to everyone in my chat, right? That's just, like, you guys have all been cool. Yeah, Chisu, I'm not reading that Dragon Ball slop before I end. It's just, I glanced at it, and I don't care. It's made toxic to make men weaker so they don't rebel against tyranny. Yeah, because masculinity is also how you defeat tyranny. I agree. Because I love having discussions. Yeah, I agree. I like talking to you, Chip. And like I said, it's fine to disagree on things. I have no problem with that. I like having discussions too. I have friends with all sorts of different worldviews. But the problem is people get too caught up in that and they get hostile, right? One more thing? We'll see, Chisu. Depends on what the thing is. I'll be generous, though. I'll let you type it, and then I'll determine whether or not I read it. How's that? Itachi suspected of slagging a guy who confronted, told off police, dad goons. Dad's gonna imprison him for the crime of telling him off. When Sasuke told him to stop, he said sorry, wasn't imprisoned. Kind of proves him right for slagging the clan. They were cocksuckers. Oh yeah, the Uchihas were, like, bad. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, no problem, dude. Yeah, but how can you have discussion with people who want you dead? I tried talking for years. I'm tired of it. I agree. But, like, but that's what I'm saying. This is different. Like, I'm not going and arguing with, like, people. Like, this is just a conversation with my audience. That's all. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go and debate people. I have no interest in that. But just having a casual chat with my audience, I'm fine with that. Thank you for the live stream today, Redeye. Yeah, of course. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles. Yeah, true, I'm talking about the retards. Yeah. Anyway, toodles for real.